It was a shock win in 2017, ending 2 terms of Liberal governance and beginning Labor's leadership, with a well-known captain at the helm.
I, Mark McGowan, swear by Almighty God that I will faithfully serve the people of Western Australia.
The former Navy lieutenant joined WA Labor in 1996 when he was elected as member for Rockingham, a seat he still holds a quarter of a century later. In 2012, Mark McGowan became the leader of the party. Then, 5 years later, he was picked by the people to be WA's 30th Premier.
It's a big responsibility and we fully understand that, and we have a lot of things we want to do to make Western Australia a better place.
The McGowan government quickly got to work, passing landmark legislation for voluntary assisted dying, a choice available for sick West Australians from July.
It's the ultimate act of compassion and kindness to our fellow citizens, and I'm very proud and thankful for all the people who made this happen.
The Premier also pushing for his state to receive a larger portion of the GST carve-up, a win which will see WA's share rise from as low as 30 cents in the dollar to 70 cents by next year, before a 75-cent floor comes into effect by the middle of the decade.
It doesn't really make up for the losses we've had over the recent years, but I'll put that aside because it is a significant change that will improve the situation for WA.
But it was 2020 that largely defined Mark McGowan's leadership as the COVID-19 pandemic gripped Australia and the world. The Premier made no apology about using Western Australia's isolation to the state's advantage. His tough stance on WA's hard border made headlines, as did his view of Clive Palmer and the High Court challenge against the restriction.
Mr Palmer is the enemy of the state. He is the enemy of Western Australia.
But whatever stranded Australians thought about Mr McGowan's hard border, it was clear locals largely supported the stance. Favourable polling for his border backing and rapid restriction relief saw Mark McGowan become known as Mr 91%.
Thank you for opening up.
I've never seen a political leader as personally popular as Mark McGowan is in Western Australia at the moment. So it was always going to be tough for the Liberals. Now it's basically impossible.
The Premier's handling of coronavirus, which allowed the state to reopen like nowhere else in the world, is set to be a major drawcard for voters. The high approval rating providing high hopes for a second term in power as they head into what many pundits predict could be a landslide Labor win. Emily Evans, Sky News, Perth.